the former commander of the USS Cole when it was attacked by al-Qaeda in the year 2000. Kirk Lippold. The commander is also an advisory board member for Charities for Vets. Commander, good to see you again, and thank you for making time for us today.
Thank you, Tom. Great to be on.
Commander, give us your assessment of how this naval operation is going so far.
Well, what you're seeing with the start of Epic Fury is the United States, in coordination with Israel, is first launching a decapitation strike on the leadership. And then we are systematically making sure that the Iranian regime does not have an opportunity to attack others or minimize those attacks, and then systematically engrade both the Iranian Republican Guard Corps as well as the Basij, the internal security apparatus. But in the case of the Navy, we want to ensure that we eliminate any ability of the Iranians to project power off their shores and threaten the oil supplies coming out of the Middle East. That is going to remain a challenge, but we've made great progress.
We have air superiority, it would seem. We've made tremendous progress, as you mentioned, toward destroying the Iranian Navy. But, sir, you know firsthand that even a small craft loaded with explosives can cause significant damage to one of our ships. How do we guard against that, and how concerned are you for our assets and our forces in the region?
Well, Tom, I think what you'll see is as we degrade the Iranian Navy's capability to even get underway, which we're doing very effectively, then that is going to allow us to get more ships closer to the Iranian shores, to be able to have the surveillance capability coupled with aircraft over the Strait of Hormuz, the Gulf of Oman, and the Persian Gulf, to be able to see if anything is coming offshore, even a small boat. And if that boat comes out, it needs to be taken under attack and sunk. At this point, people aren't going out doing fishing or sightseeing tours. If they get underway, they intend to do harm to ships or military assets within that region, and they need to be eliminated.
President Trump saying he is ready to use the United States Navy to escort oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz as the war against Iran continues. Under normal conditions, around 3,000 ships sail through the strait every single month. What would a naval operation of that magnitude look like, and will we require more assets for that?
Well, I think, Tom, if you hearken back to the late 1980s when Iran and Iraq were at war, the United States executed the mission where we escorted those tankers through the Strait of Hormuz to prevent those attacks. Unfortunately, one of our own ships, USS Stark, was attacked by mistake by an Iraqi warplane. But in doing that, we allowed the flow of oil throughout the world. By the same token, we want to try and do that today. I think President Trump, not only in escorting the vessels, but providing the insurance backup so that the insurance companies can motivate the owners to allow that to happen, is going to allow the free flow of oil. We are already seeing where Kuwait has had to scale back production because of the storage capacity is running out. So that oil flow has to restart, which then is going to calm the markets, bring down the price of oil, which is one of President Trump's economic agenda items, and make sure that the world understands that what we are doing there enhances the security in the region, not degrades it.
Commander, exit question for you real quick for me. What do you think happens next? Now that we're entering week 2, project out for us a week or two in terms of where you think we will be, specifically with respect to our naval assets and the naval component of this war.
Well, this is not going to be a quick operation. It is going to take several weeks at its minimum. This is not going to be a rapid in and out. It is going to be relatively short compared to other operations. But at the end of the day, the United States is working to create the conditions so that there is no longer Iranian leadership through the theocracy. The IRGC and the Basij are degraded to a point where they're no longer effective, and the Iranian people will have that golden opportunity to assume the levers of government, the economy, and then begin to build the destiny for their future. But it's going to take time.
All right. Wise words from Commander Kirk Lippold. Thank you very much for your service, sir, and for your analysis today. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Tom.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.